The trust fund heirs of Wall Street booked the entire base camp of Mount Denali, just to watch me finish my 10,000th penance step in the snow. 3 years ago, during a massive avalanche, Killian Vance believed that I cut the safety rope, causing his first love to lose the use of her legs forever.
Just one last kneeling bow. Take off your parka for Serena to rest her feet on, then kneel down and lick the melted snow off her boots. Do that, and your atonement is complete.
The wealthy elites surrounding us burst into roaring laughter.
I bet $10 million. This simp will definitely strip down to her underwear just for one word of forgiveness from Killian. Did you hear them? Take it off. This is the 99th time you've begged me to get back together. Today, I'll be merciful and finally give you a title.
Everyone in the camp thought I would wag my tail and beg for mercy, exactly like I used to. Instead, I took his black diamond rosary and threw it straight off the snowy cliff.
Killian, I don't seek your forgiveness anymore.
My brother, who contracted a lethal infection from repeatedly selling his blood plasma to pay your compensation, died last night. I have absolutely no reason left to live.
Oh, changing your strategy this time? Stopped kneeling and started throwing things instead?
The crowd erupted into laughter again.
Killian, I'm raising my bet by 5 million. I bet she crawls back on her knees within 10 minutes. You gave her that rosary yourself. She's definitely going to regret throwing it. I'll add another 5 million in the end. After all, this is her 99th time begging.
The sound of bets echoed through the camp. I stood silently at the edge of the cliff, my knees covered entirely in thick, dark blood scabs. For 3 years, I had crawled through the freezing snow of Mount Denali, completing exactly 9,999 penance steps.
Vivian, don't be stubborn. The wind is so strong. If you actually freeze to death here, it would really ruin Killian's mood. After all, you haven't finished paying for your sins yet.
Killian lifted his chin toward his assistant. A cup of steaming hot apple cider was handed to me.
Your hands are frostbitten and cracking. Drink this first. Atonement is one thing, but I never actually intended to force you to your death.
My knees buckled slightly, but I didn't reach for the cup. The freezing wind whipped ice particles viciously against my face. My pants, soaked completely through with my own blood, had long since frozen stiff.
Vivian, finish the last bow, and this will all be over. I will take you back to New York and give you a title.
No need.
The braided red string woven by my younger brother snapped. Killian carefully tucked the blanket around Serena.
Are you cold, Serena? Should we head back to the tent first?
I'm not cold, I'm just worried about Vivian. Her brother is still waiting for her at the bottom of the mountain. Don't be too hard on her.
I clenched the fabric of my pockets tightly.
He died last night.
The laughter from the elite crowd stopped for a brief second.
Here we go again. Last time she claimed her foster mother was dying. Before that, she said her orphanage was out of food. This time she even made up her brother's death. Killian, her acting skills are really getting better. Don't joke about your family's life. This isn't like you.
I reached into my inner pocket and handed him a crumpled piece of paper. The corner of the official death certificate was already softened by the melting snow. Killian only glanced at it for a second before throwing it back at my chest with a mocking sneer.
Vivian, your lying kills really are improving. Is this just because Serena's legs hurt yesterday, and to make her feel better, what purpose he withheld that payment from you? It's only been 1 day. I don't believe he's dead.
I looked at him, my throat feeling as though it were stuffed with a wad of bloody cotton. Yes, it was only 1 day, but on that single day, Artie was bleeding uncontrollably, curling up in agony on the hospital bed, without even the strength to cry out in pain. To gather enough money for his medical bills, I threw away all my pride, crying and begging on my knees throughout the entire hospital. But tragically, Artie saw it. The younger brother who had always treated me as his entire world, who couldn't bear to see me lower my head, couldn't stomach the sight of his sister begging on the floor. While the nurses were changing his bandages, he dragged his blood-soaked body and jumped off the hospital roof. Now, Killian was looking at me like he was giving charity.
All right, your punishment is officially over. Once we get down this mountain, I will arrange for your brother to be sent to Europe for the best medical treatment.
I suddenly laughed.
No need. There's no point anymore.
Vivian, stop throwing a tantrum. It's freezing on the mountain, and Serena didn't bring enough clothes. Take off your parka and put it under Serena's feet.
I looked down at the parka I was wearing. It was a birthday gift Artie had bought after saving up for 3 months. He told me the wind on the mountain was brutal, and wearing this would keep his sister warm. But now, he was gone. Rather than letting it get dirty with me here, I might as well use it to buy an ending.
Here we go! I'm raising my bet, me too!
My brother bought this, don't dirty it.
Very few people knew that when Serena first entered this elite circle, I was the one who introduced her to Killian's world. When others mocked her humble background, I stood in front of her time and time again to protect her. Eventually, she became the precious darling everyone held in the palm of their hands. And I became the sinner she claimed had ruined her legs. As I took a step back, a small receipt fell out of the parka's pocket. It landed on the snow, flipping over to reveal the handwritten words. I bent down to pick it up. Suddenly, Serena pulled her feet back as if she were terrified by my sudden movement. Killian instinctively shielded her, forcefully grabbing my wrist.
Vivian, what are you trying to do? You already ruined Serena once. Are you trying to hurt her again right in front of me?
Let go. I just want to pick up the very last thing my brother left for me.
Suddenly, hurried footsteps echoed from the entrance. A camp manager ran over carrying a tattered, worn-out canvas bag.
Excuse me. Which one of you is Vivian? The funeral home at the bottom of the mountain asked me to deliver this. They said it's the deceased's belongings.
Killian stepped forward and snatched the frayed rope from the torn canvas bag. The rope was incredibly old, and the core was stained with an unwashable dark red. 3 years ago, during the massive avalanche on the north peak of Mount Denali, Killian, Serena, and I were violently swept down the icy ridge. When we finally woke up, Serena's legs were permanently paralyzed. Everyone in their elite circle claimed that I had selfishly cut the safety rope just to save my own life.
Vivian, why do you still have that?
A wealthy heir slapped his thigh.
I knew it! Only a guilty person would keep the evidence of their crime.
I ignored their harsh laughter, staring dead at that rope. When I was unconscious in the hospital, it was Artie who claimed all my belongings from the rescue station. Everyone was eager to condemn me, only Artie refused to believe it. He kept this frayed knot, hoping one day it could clear my name.
Give it back to me. That is what Artie left behind. Didn't you say you already investigated everything 3 years ago?
Just because it's investigated doesn't mean you have the right to touch it.
The very hand that had twirled the diamond rosary and offered me hot cider was now tightly gripping my dead brother's only belonging. I reached out to snatch it back. Killian took a half step back and quickly pinned down my frostbitten wrist. His grip wasn't heavy.
Stop throwing a tantrum. Your wounds will tear.
That was left for me by my brother.
Killian let go and tucked the rope deeply into the inner pocket of his expensive coat.
I am keeping it to make you recognize your past mistakes, not to let you continue making excuses.
My hand dropped slowly to my side. My frozen joints were too stiff to bend. During the avalanche, Serena's left leg was violently tangled by the backup rope, bleeding profusely. That backup rope was the one I cut. But when she woke up, she cried and blamed me for everything.
Serena would never lie using her own legs.
The freezing wind blew the campfire ashes onto my arms. The parka I took off was still under Serena's feet.
Killian, Vivian's hands are freezing. Have someone get her a coat.
The assistant brought a down jacket, but I refused. I walked back to the parcel and crouched down to examine my brother's belongings. There were a few pieces of old clothing, a pair of worn-out sneakers, and a notebook labeled ledger. There was also a photograph.